Chapter 5. Meeting the Mayor. Gus stared at the woman. He stuttered. You're... The woman smiled and pulled off her glasses. She slipped them into the chest pocket of her blazer. With her glasses off, she looked even more like the statue. I am Mayor Kate Vertiger, she said. Then she tapped the tip of her cane on the marble floor very lightly. Gus couldn't help staring at the cane. Its tip and top were shiny silver, and its wood looked old, ancient even. Old enough to have been around at the time Raven's Pass was founded. And who are you? The mayor asked. I'm with a field trip, Gus said. I was heading to the bathroom. The mayor stood and faced the statue. And you stopped to admire this statue, she said. I don't blame you. She was a very interesting woman. Was? Gus said. She's not you? I mean, you're not she? I mean... The mayor laughed. Of course not, she said. This is my great-great-great-grandmother. She founded this town 200 years ago. The mayor leaned over and looked into Gus's eyes. Do I look as old as that? She said, grinning. No, Gus said. Of course not, ma'am. He turned away. Her stare made him feel cold. A chill ran up his spine and his shoulders shook. Excuse me, he said. I better get going. My teacher will be annoyed that I've been gone so long. He started back toward the long hallway where his class was. But Mayor Vertiger called after him. Didn't you have to use the restroom? Oh, yeah, Gus said, feeling silly. He hurried through the lobby, jogging past the mayor. He kept his eyes on the floor the whole time. As Gus passed her, the mayor smiled. One more thing, she said in her icy voice. Gus cleared his throat. Yes? He said, still not looking at her. He kept his eyes on her feet instead.
Stay away from the cellar, the mayor hissed. Yes, ma'am, Gus said. And make sure your friends stay away too, she added. Gus nodded. Then he hurried from the lobby and into the restaurant. See you later, called the mayor. Her voice was like ice in Gus's blood.
Chapter 6. The Witch? Finally, Hank said when Gus...
Finally, Chapter 6. The Witch? Finally, Hank said when Gus joined the class again. Mr. Pommel had finally gotten the meeting hall door open, and the class was shuffling into the room. Yeah, Gus said. Took a while. Did you set something up? Hank asked. Gus shook his head. His face was still wet because he'd splashed it with water in the bathroom. It was the only way he could calm down. No, he said. I didn't. Hank frowned. What have you been doing then? He asked. I can't help you, Gus replied. You can have the dumb sword back. It's not worth it. not worth it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Hank asked. The two boys stayed in the back of the hall since Ms. Freckle went up to the front with Mr. Pommel. I mean, I don't want any part of your investigation. Gus said. He watched as Hank pulled out his phone and opened the Battle Knights app again.
Battle Knights app again.
He poked at the screen a few times. You have to sign in, Hank said. Fine, Gus said. He took the phone and started to sign in. Suddenly, though, a bony old hand snatched the phone away. Aha! Ms. Freckle said. She held the phone behind her back. Hank's face fell. Oh no, he muttered. I expect this sort of thing from Hank, Ms. Freckle said. But I'm disappointed in you, Gus. Such a polite young man. She shook her head and clucked her tongue. Then she went back to the front of the hall to stand with Mr. Pommel again. Mr. Pommel was rambling on about the town's history. Well, Hank said quietly, I guess we're both in trouble now. Gus nodded. Might as well investigate then, Hank went on. Gus glared at him. It's not Ms. Freckle I'm worried about, he said. It's the mayor. The mayor? Hank repeated. Did you see her? Yeah, in the lobby, Gus said. I think maybe she's the witch. He hadn't even realized it. The mayor? Hank repeated. Did you see her? Yeah, in the lobby, Gus said. I think... The mayor? Hank repeated. Did you see her? Yeah, in the lobby, Gus said. Realized it till he said it out loud, but it made sense. That was why the mayor had freaked him out so much. She wasn't just the first mayor's descendant. She was the first mayor. She was the witch. Chapter 7.